Hello everyone. So we have here our lesson 2 in practical research 1, which is the research process and ethics. So before I start with my lecture, let's have first the objectives of this lesson. So at the end of the lesson, the student should be able to first recognize the characteristics of research. Next, enumerate the steps involved in the research process and explain the importance of ethics in research. Okay, we have here characteristics of research. There are 5 characteristics of research. First one is controlled. So research should be controlled because of the relation between two or more variables are affected by each other, whether it is internal or external. If the research is not controllable, then it will not be able to design a particular research report. So it should be controlled. So there are so many factors in real life. There are so many factors that can affect an outcome, no? And those factors that may affect, or what we call extraneous factors, should be controlled to ensure that they will not influence the result in any way, so that our result will be accurate, no, and precise. So factors or katong mga extraneous variables, they should be controlled so that the result of the research will be accurate and precise. Okay, next we have rigorous. So following stringent procedures in finding out the answers to question is what makes a research rigorous. Certain steps in the research process require a lot of work and effort in order to ensure the validity of results and compliance to research ethics. So you should be strict in following the steps in or the procedures in tawag ani, in conducting a research, so that the validity of your research will be ensured. Next, we have systematic. So research must follow a structured plan. This plan should contain a step-by-step procedure in solving the research problem. So researchers must faithfully follow the research procedures or process to make sure that there will be accurate results and reliable conclusions upon completion of the research. So again, in conducting research, the researcher must follow a step-by-step, strict step-by-step procedure, no, to ensure the accuracy and reliability of the result. Okay, next we have valid. So research must only involve the data and results that are correct and verifiable, not just by the other researchers but also by other people. So validity also refers to how sound the concepts and theories the research is based on and how well founded the conclusions are drawn. So the concept implies that whatever you conclude on the basis of your findings is correct and can be verified by others. So that is for the valid. Okay, next we have empirical. Last. So empirical research must be completely based on hard evidence, which the researcher personally collected from observation and on real life experiences. So anything that is based on real life is empirical. So again, in research, um, researchers should be the one to personally collect the data through their observations and or real life experience. So those are the characteristics of research. Okay, next we have the research process. Okay, for the research process, we have 3 phases. The first phase is the research proposal. The second phase, we have research activities, and the last phase, which is the written content. So for the research proposal, this is the first phase of the entire research process. Most of the time, it requires the researchers to identify the actual research problem that he or she wants to address. It involves 3 steps. We have first, identifying the general study area. Next, we have choose a research topic. and formulates plans and methodology. So in identifying the general study area, the researcher needs to select a research topic that is within his or her subject area of interest. The field of interest may further branch out to a wide range of areas. For this reason, it is important for the researcher to pick a study area to explore that will serve as the general field of focus on the research. So you have to identify first the general study area, no? Okay, after that, after identifying the general study area, you have to choose a research topic. So the researcher needs to start observing the surroundings or environment. Through keen observation, processes or things that require improvement can be identified. In identifying a research topic, it is important that the researchers choose a topic that can address real-life problems they usually encounter in the academe and society. This step also considers the significance of the chosen topic in the general fields of focus, whether it is worth the time and effort to conduct the research or not. So in this step, out of the general study area, you have to identify the specific research topic that you want to um, kanang study, no? And then after choosing a research topic, we now have formulates, plans, and methodologies. Okay, so research methodology refers to the set of methods, procedures, or techniques that will be used for the overall handling of data about a topic. It is highly relevant in research as it serves as the blueprint in the conduct of the study. This step also considers the schedule, budget, visibility, and feasibility of the research. So, in formulating the plans and methodology, diri na mosulod kung unsaon ninyo pag-conduct, no? Pag-conduct sa inyong research. So, again, this consider the schedule, the budget, and the feasibility of the research. Okay, after the phase 1, we now have the second phase, which is the research activities. So, under the research activities, we have the data collection or collects the data, and we also have analyze and interpret the data. So, for the collects the data or data collection, okay, data collection comes directly after polishing every detail of the research methodology. It is a critical step as it establishes the accuracy of data that will determine the conclusion of the study. Data can be collected in several ways that will be discussed in the succeeding lessons, but the following is an overview. Okay, so collects data or data collection comes directly after polishing every detail of the research methodology. It is a critical step as this establishes the accuracy of data that will determine the conclusion of the study. So data can be collected in several ways that will be discussed in the succeeding lessons, no? Because data collection mango depends on what methods or procedure or what methodology are we going to use, no, in your research. So this is just an overview of the research process. Okay, later on, pag ma-identify na nato, no, pag mag-focus na sa qualitative research, since practical research 1 is all about qualitative research, is step by step or elaborate na nato tanang process of kanang research, specifically qualitative research. Okay? So, after collecting the data, of course, unsay buhaton nimo sa katong data na imong na-collect. You have to analyze and interpret the data. So, the data analysis refers to the process of extracting the essential information needed to answer the research questions from the collected data. This step can be done through the use of statistical methods or by deriving themes from the gathered data. The results of the analysis must then be interpreted and discussed with the support of related literature. So after you have collected the data, you have to analyze and interpret your data in order for that data to answer the question or to come up with solution to your problem. Okay? Katong sa imuhang research topic. Okay, so again, sa research topic, nadiri ang question nimo, no? Or the problem. And then, sa analyze or data analysis or katong analyze and interpret the data, diri na tong answer. Diri ang answer para sa imuhang research topic. Okay, after analyzing and interpreting the data, proceed ta sa written content. Katong sa third phase, we have write a conclusion. Okay, sa writing conclusion or conclusion is the part of the study derived from the analysis and interpretation of the collected data. So, this serves as the direct answer. So, katong kaganina, analysis and interpretation, diri na gyud ang katog yung answer, no? So, again, this serves as the direct answer to the research question posed at the start of the project. In this step, the researchers need to process the essential information to form the final conclusion of the research. So, dire na to. Katong ninyuhang result sa data analysis, dire na ninyo siya explain, elaborate ninyo unsa ang result. Unsa ang inyong out of the result, based on the result, what can you conclude na answer or solution to your problem. Okay, after writing a conclusion, the last step or the last step in the process is share the publication. So once all the results of the study are consolidated and written into final research manuscript, the researchers are obliged to present and share their findings with the public or the rest of the community. Most researches can be presented in the form of poster or oral presentations during organized conference. Researchers may also publish their work in journals or any form of media that allows their work to be accessed by other people. So you have to share the result of your research, but dili lang katong sa result lang ha, katong write a conclusion. I-publish gid nimo ang inyong libro, as in maghimo mo og libro or kanang tawag ani, maghimo mo og libro or katong journal or katong poster or pwede pod oral presentation. So in our case, maghimo ta og murag libro gid siya. So thesis gid siya dagway. Okay, so those are the steps or the process or the research process. Okay, next we have here the principles in research ethics. So we have the ethical principles and their explanation. The first ethical principle, we have honesty. So all researchers must honestly present information on data, results, research methods and procedures, and status of work. Researcher must not falsify and distort the data to deceive the public. So most especially sa result, dapat dili gina siya hilabtan. Dapat ang imuha yung tawagan ni output must be kanang 100% honest. Kung unsa gyud ang result, mo gyud ang imuhang igawas. Kung unsa gyud ang outcome, mo gyud siya ang imuhang i-present, no, sa public. Okay? Next, we have the objectivity. So, researchers should remove any form of bias in all stages of research. All observations and data collected must not be changed in any way to agree with the wants of the researchers. So, your research outcome or katong imuhang output should be objective. So, you have to set aside your personal feelings and opinions on the result. You should not manipulate the result, no, in a way na dapat ang result is katong imuhang gusto. Whether you like the result or not, you have to accept no? It kay mo magid siya ang results sa imong research. So you have to be objective. Okay? So again, set aside your personal feelings and opinions. Accept the result whether you like it or not. Okay, next we have prudence. So researchers must be careful in evaluating their work. Okay, so again, okay, next we have prudence. So the researchers must be careful in evaluating their own work. So you have to be careful in evaluating your own work. Kung tama pa ba ang imong gihimo, kung nagasunod pa ba ka sa process. So you must be careful, no, in evaluating your own work. Okay, next we have responsible publication. So researchers must publish their results and share it to other people for the sake of science and pursuit of knowledge. So again, one of the kanang purpose of research is to add knowledge, no, or kanang broaden knowledge and understanding. So once nga naa na kay result na sa research, you have to share it. Okay? So you have to share it in society, no, para maka-add siya og knowledge, no, for the sake of science and pursuit of knowledge. So you have to publish the result. Ayaw ako kay murag ka nang dili dapat ikaulit ang result. Dapat imo siyang i-share sa uban because gihaguan man na nimo, dapat i-share pud na nimo siya sa uban. Okay, para katupong uban ug naa sila makita na kanang murag murag kanang pwede pa nga mahimong better ang imuhang or mahimong better ang result sa imuhang research, pwede pud nila buhaton ana, no? Next, we have confidentiality. Researchers must save and secure confidential information of anyone involved in the research project, especially the respondents for their target samples. So you have to ensure confidentiality because there are some cases or there are some problems in research that are kanang murabag very sensitive. For example, you want to conduct a research on kana bitawng HIV positive na mga tao. So, of course, that is a very sensitive, no? Very sensitive topic. So, ang imuhang respondents po dapat confidential sila. Okay, ilahang identity dapat itago nimo. During interview and presenting your research result, pwede mo gamit og alias, nicknames, So, in any way, dapat dili ninyo gina-reveal ang tawag ani, ang identity sa inyuhang respondents. So, Okay. Next, we have respect for intellectual property. So, the researchers must respect patents, copyright rights, and other forms of intellectual property. It is criminal act for anyone to plagiarize. Okay, plagiarize is kanang copying the work of other. So, in order for you to kanang avoid plagiarism, gina-discourage gyud namo ang copy-paste dire. Okay? So, pwede mo mag-copy but you have to paraphrase. Paraphrase ninyo in such a way nga dili siya mahulog nga copy-paste jud. Because again, copy-paste is a form of plagiarism. Okay? Another way is to kana bitong acknowledge the author. Okay, kanang based on the theory of Milet or as stated by Millet 2020 or according to, so dapat mo'y gina-acknowledge ninyo ang tawag ni gina-acknowledge ninyo ang author sa kana nga mga statements because all throughout your research paper naagid tay mga statements, no? Okay, tanang part gikan sa chapter 1 taman sa chapter 4 kailangan jud sila og kana bitawng ginatawag nato og supporting statements from authorized person kanang published na nga trabaho, published na nga mga journals, theories and ingana. Okay, next we have the social responsibility. So researchers must conduct research studies that could be beneficial to the entire society. Or in short, kanang inyuhang research nga conduct is na siya'y pulos, no? Mapuslan siya sa society. So dili lang kay basta-basta nga research lang ang inyong buhaton kanang for the sake lang nga nay ma-research, dapat ang inyong pilion pod nga research is kana pong magamit sa entire society. Okay. Kung dili man sa entire society, at least part of the society makagamit, no? Okay, lastly, we have the anti-discrimination. So, researchers must avoid discrimination against any form of social labels like sex, gender, religion, and the like. Except na lang, dili po siya matawag na term nga discrimination. Pero except na lang if a certain group of people ang gusto ninyo studyhan. Say for example, life of hardships in life of LGBTQ. Of course, ang inyuhang ang inyuhang kwaon na respondents kato yung LGBTQ. Dili man ka pwede nga mokuha og kanang female or male kanang straight bas di ka pwede mo ka straight nga female o straight nga male. Why? It is because wala man sila kabaloon sa tinuod nga hardship because it is not their kanang or wala nila na experience because they are straight. So kailangan ang kwaon pod nimo kadto ra pong mga LGBTQ lang pod. Kay ana dili na siya matawag nga discrimination because again you have the certain criteria man. Okay. So, ing-ato siya. Okay. So, that's it for our lesson 2. Thank you for listening and God bless. See you on lesson 3.